Hello everyone, welcome back. We're replaying another mission here. Well, because we have to. And I have to be totally stealth, so I'm bringing all my stealth weapons, and there's Quiet's new outfit. Looks pretty cool, I think. I don't know if she has to be stealth, though. I don't know. You know, just to be sure, maybe we give her this weapon instead. Alright. Select vehicle, Jeep. Oh, I forgot to put that as a butterfly. I have to change that back.
Deploying.
Maybe I'll just keep it. There was a post saying that if you played Mission 42 with the butterfly symbol as an emblem, that the story would progress. I was pretty desperate to try and get the game to keep going past 42, so I was just trying everything. That's why I have a butterfly there. It did not work. Total stealth. This is the oil field mission. This is like the beginning of your time in this area.
Came from intel. The target is Angola's Mfinda oil field, upstream from the landing point.
Yep. Skip. In fact, I think this is the very first mission, right?
The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oil field was outdated. Abandoned. Then the rebel group UNITA moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. UNITA's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cyphers. Keeping tabs on UNITA can tell us who's pulling its strings.
Probably be a good mission to listen to some cassettes, because I think we're going to be deployed quite a distance away. This is the one where I have to run through the jungle, right? So my Jeep isn't going to be any use here.
That's step one to tracking down Skullface. And Cypher with him. Good luck, boss.
I also think my little demon horn
First,
is
make your way to the oil
bigger.
facility. It's to the north, past Boala Yamasa. The village is currently occupied by UNITA, so stay sharp. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options,
Shoot, I didn't bring my knife fishing.
dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries is only... You've arrived at Masa Village.
Yeah?
It's turned into a supply hub for UNITA, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy.
Analysis.
Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
Man, since I have to do total stealth, this is going to be a long one. Or I can just totally skip this base. I could. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, cassette tapes. We've got a lot. What happened in laboratory?
12 hours after exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague, I found myself making my way up the stairs to this room. And I am not alone. Everyone who's infected, we've all come up here wanting to get outside. I know full well I mustn't leave. Given the possibility I'm infected. Yet, I can't contain this urge I feel inside me. Like the alcoholic who tries to make any excuse for one more drink. Every step I took up those stairs filled me with this sense of bliss. I still have all my wits about me. It took no time at all to rewire the electronic lock and open the emergency exit. Then, just as I was about to set foot outside, I finally realized what was going on. This desire for freedom is not my own, but that of the vocal cord parasites inside me. They want the ravens to feed on us, pecking us to death, attracted by these sweet secretions. They have mutated to facilitate this. The sweet smell is powerful enough to attract even a species with such a weak nose. So, before the parasite...
You've made it past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
Shut up, Cass.
Staff in here are already infected. At least, everyone I've looked at is infected.
Mafinda oil field is the property of Saner, South African Natural Resources. Saner drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. And when the oil dries up, they abandon the facility.
Oh, no, I wanted to pause it,
It's only
not...
a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means Unita's takeover is the perfect cover for Saner. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, Saner's far from squeaky clean.
The whole idea of the vocal cord parasites was that they'd only copulate once exposed to a specific language over time. But the parasites infecting our men in the laboratory laid their eggs straight away. The larvae were eating their lung tissue almost immediately. What kind of mutation was it?
Those who were infected and cured still carried the vocal cord parasites in their throats. They were still there, but the males had been rendered female by the Wolbachia, and copulation could not occur. So we thought, but it is the Wolbachia that mutated.
Not the parasites?
You remember I told you the Wolbachia attempts to maximize its number of female infected hosts?
Yes, hence the male-to-female transformation.
Precisely.
There it is, the oil facility. To stop the leak, you need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. The details are on your iDroid.
Parthenogenesis. Aphids. Aphids use that to reproduce via females only.
Very good. The females lay their eggs without a male present, creating clones of themselves in explosive numbers. Parthenogenesis was originally a means for an organism to take maximum advantage of abundant resources by increasing its numbers. Certain strains of Wolbachia force this to occur, to create more and more infected females.
And that's why our men develop symptoms in the blink of an eye.
Wolbachia, causing parthenogenesis, is common in parasitic wasps. Of course, the Wolbachia I introduced to you men did not have this characteristic, but I believe the mutation, whatever it was, caused it to force parthenogenesis in its host, the vocal cord parasites. The Wolbachia we used to prevent egg laying became the agent of limitless reproduction.
There's something else. The symptomatic infected in the laboratory all wanted to get outside, even knowing there was
Are they all using their
waiting for them
flashlights?
out there. You said the parasites made them act that way, but parasites controlling humans. Is it possible?
Parasites altering the host's behavior is a common occurrence in the world of nature. Long ago, the vocal cord parasites had this ability. But even I never foresaw they might control humans. Until I heard the things your man said.
You mean the researcher on the top floor? The bit about,
Ooh.
I'm not a snail.
Yes,
Forgot there's no reflex mode in this.
among parasitic worms, there is a genus called Leucochloridium that uses snails as intermediary hosts. As you know, snails prefer dark, gloomy environments. But once parasitized by Leucochloridium, they desire to be in the light. And that is not all. The parasitic worms thrust themselves into the snail's antennae, making them swallow.
He's coming too. Roger that.
The snail, meanwhile, frantically wiggles his antennae as the parasites squirm inside. The swollen, wriggling antennae soon resemble caterpillars.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Eaten by birds. Leucochloridium needs a bird as its definitive host. To breed, they require their snail host to be snapped up by a predator. So they make the humble snail appear to be a delicious caterpillar and lead it to somewhere in open sight.
So you mean the staff trying to get outside?
Was so the birds could pick at them. The parasites altered their mental state, making them crave higher places and to be outdoors. I can only surmise that both the Volbachia and the parasites mutated.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the power. That was the whole point being in there. Jesus. This nature, National Geographic lesson here just threw me off.
What we saw in the laboratory was some throwback to that time.
Could also get these two.
The parasites attempting to make birds their intermediary hosts.
Sounds insane.
A praying mantis that is host to a parasitic hair worm.
Now wait for someone to check it out.
To water and drown itself, just so the hair worm can lay its eggs in water. Rats infected with Toxoplasma gondii lose their instinctive caution and run right up to cats. Just some of the many ways parasites control the host.
But we're humans. Surely our minds are too complex for that.
Surely.
I thought just the same. Free will is what makes us human, so it never occurred to me that the parasites could be controlling the symptomatic. But the mood, the will of a person can be easily affected by the balance of their cerebral substances. Take the toxoplasma I mentioned. It does infect humans, and it is thought the infected develop a more reckless attitude.
I wonder if the CP will check in on them.
Mutations occurred in both the Wolbachia and its parasite hosts.
Your observation is most apt. Both mutations occurring at once indicates the presence of a powerful mutagen.
I see.
You gotta extract him.
I think I need to change. Hold on. I've been playing. This has nothing to do with. Well, it kind of does. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield, and the controls for Battlefield are kind of reversed from the controls of Metal Gear. And I think there's a way to change the Metal Gear controls. So that you can make them closer to, like, you know, Call of Duty and Battlefield types. Or maybe not. No, I know there is. I just don't know where it's at. On foot 2? Is that this it?
Development project has been added. Analysis complete.
Ooh, that's really good go. Surprise!
Subject on board. Leave the rest
No,
to us.
that control scheme actually is not good either. Okay, never mind. Did I even default? Did I even change it? Anyway, whatever. Why can't I? Oh, I was trying to reload my gun, but it's not even. Never. I'm done. I'm done. I didn't even change the settings, I don't think. I was trying to reload a gun that was already maxed out. I was like, why isn't this working?
He's coming too. Roger that.
You have arrived at your destination.
I thought this guy was coming over. But he wasn't.
Feeling hungry? You gotta extract
This is
him.
6 minutes long.
Old timer. I do not get hungry. No. But you have a new hamburger? You guessed it. And this time we used lamb. Lamb? You're not a lamb kind of guy? A hamburger is made of beef. Who ever heard of a hamburger without beef? Yeah,
That's a
but
good
we
point.
gotta stay fresh. Stand out from our competition. You're what? Just give it a try. If you say so. Not bad. But I cannot call this a hamburger. I thought we were onto something this time. Maybe the problem is that it looks like a regular hamburger. Gotta think outside the box. Too much baggage if they come in expecting just another burger. Let's see, cotton candy to make it look like a sheep. Yeah. Just a minute.
Wait, what?
You really think people would eat that? What is it you are planning? Are you using me? A taste tester? A one-man focus group? Well, actually, I've already started. I got a place called, Miller's Maxi Buns. You are kidding me. Well, to be honest, business hasn't been great. No one seems to like my, buns. No.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Not add up. But You don't mean to tell me?
What? No. Our black budget's got it all covered. I'm not embezzling GMP or anything. Still, let's not say anything to Snake, okay?
Very well. However, Kazuhira, it takes more than premium ingredients and a clever recipe to satisfy the palate.
Okay. So what do we do?
The palate seeks one thing: chemical additives.
Chemical additives.
There is nothing mysterious or spiritual about good flavor. The tongue
In the butt.
simply identifies specific amino acids, which the brain then recognizes as appealing. Therefore, all that is needed is to chemically isolate those amino acids and incorporate them into...
They know the research has been stolen?
To be clear, when I speak of flavor,
No way.
the rest is irrelevant.
That seems a little extreme.
Do not forget that I am a scientist after all.
He's coming too. Roger that.
For the benefit of others, there's a joy in seeking coexistence with nature's bliss.
Destroy that separator tank. You'll need to use explosives. Got any C4? Alright, you've planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance.
Man, there's still so many guards.
Cost us our lives. Agriculture is one of nature's many blessings. But through that process, we damage the surrounding vegetation.
Yeah. Whether it's a massive farm or a tiny field, we always leave our mark on the land.
The same is true of parasites. And for food preparation. If tapeworms in the raw meat of another animal enter the human body, they roam around trying to find their usual habitat. Sometimes even eating away at the brain in their
You gonna extract him?
So in looking through a scientific point of view, you see the necessity for processing food. Yes.
Good. You're away from the tank. Once it goes up, the enemy will come running. Secure the area before you detonate the C4.
Or even modify others. Alternatively, we could say that if a man is part of nature, the work he does is also part of it. What is important is the balance.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, old-timer. You really opened my eyes. I fooled myself into thinking people today wanted high-quality, all-natural goods.
Get up there.
My favorite burgers were never about that. What they want is something like the first burger I had in America when I went to meet my dad. A Frankenburger loaded with additives. That's the America I knew and loved. I'll be back in a jiffy, old-timer. My next burger's gonna knock your socks off.
Kazuhira, wait. What is important is how we balance the... quick for a one-legged man. Frankenburger. What kind of a dive did your old man take you to?
Wow. Now see, that's like the Metal Gear I know. Not all this vocal cord parasite shooting your own men in the face type of game.
There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside it.
Couldn't I just put this with C4 too? I'll probably stop it, right? Here, I'll put a couple of them on here. Let's load it up. Why not? One of these is bound to blow this thing up. The thing is, when I turn that off, then that's when shit hits the fan. And I want to be away from this when that happens. Now to get out. Shouldn't be too difficult. I really hope the C4 works on that machine.
Analysis complete.
Oh, that guy has night vision goggles. Complication. There you go, buddy.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please select a landing zone.
That's a little too close.
A support helicopter.
Roger.
Requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
You destroyed the separator tank. Now you need to stop the oil transfer pump.
What? You've got to be kidding me. C4 doesn't blow that up? So, I have blown up power stations before. You know, the little button I press to turn the power off? I've blown this up with C4. This thing had a little blue button. I was like, well, this probably works the same way. You know what? Fine. Fire at will.
Weather will clear shortly.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The 1-2 punch.
Outpost captured.
Oh, alright then. That's pretty dumb that the C4 doesn't blow this thing up.
There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency is over.
I don't know, maybe I needed, I don't know. Maybe it's a little different. Maybe blowing it up wouldn't cause the same reaction. What do I know? I didn't design the video game.
Bodies.
Why? I don't know why. Cause, maybe we'll find out later.
Transfer pump shut-off confirmed. Objectives complete. The enemy is tightened security. Get out of there ASAP.
Info has been updated.
Yeah? Who is she continuing to see? Okay, so there are those things.
Walker gears. What are they doing there?
Oh, there's no one even piloting that one.
They blocked your way out. You see any other escape route? Well, I
Yep.
guess you could just bust through the gate.
Yeah, they blocked me out alright.
Please select a strike point. Please select a landing zone.
I mean, actually,
Support
that's
helicopter
okay, because
requested.
everyone's dead.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Hello, P-Quad.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Success.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
Thank you. You can just be straight with me. I am the shit. Thank you. That's all you had to say, Cos.
Boss, we took another look into Saner, the owner
Yeah.
of the oil field.
Did you? We already saw that cutscene. There's no point in watching it again. Yeah, look at the little diamond.
It's about the quarantine facility.
Updated.
Yep.
We more or less figured out what caused the mutation in the vocal cord parasites. It was the radiation from that scanner. And the one who installed it was Emmerich. I
Huh.
did a tape recording of the interrogation. You should listen to it.
Development complete.
What? Why are we keeping Emmerich on board? I have questions. I have a lot of questions for the story, and like I'll try to save it to the end, though. I'll save it to the end. Maybe it all makes sense later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.